So I can't lie, I'm extremely excited for Modern Warfare 2 to drop because this game has been probably one of the most anticipated COD games in such a long time, and it's going to be a huge change for Warzone. But in this video, we're going to be going over what are some of the best Modern Warfare loadouts you could use right now inside Warzone. If you do enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 50k subscribers. Click that link and subscribe to our second channel. Starting off at number 5, we have the best shotgun class in the game right now. The VLK Rogue has actually one of the fastest TTKs in the game at 441 milliseconds. And that is really good considering the health situation in the game at the moment. So you could definitely get away with using this shotgun, and it's probably one of the best options. So with the muzzle, you want to use the full choke. You could use the Forged Tac Marauder as well. And just to get that tighter pellet spread, make sure you're landing every single shot. Then we're using the Warlord Barrel, again, tighter pellet spread, make sure you're landing every single shot with that. 5mm laser because you're going to be hip firing. It's going to be a hip fire accuracy and a sprint to fire bonus, so that's great. No stock for the better movement mainly, and then Dragon's Breath rounds is going to give you that faster TTK, so you need to make sure you're using that. Now we are pairing this with the M13. The M13 is a very solid gun inside the game right now. It's just super low recoil, very easy to use. Anyone can pick this gun up and use it, and it's still pretty competitive. A lot of the Vanguard weapons are super low recoil as well, and that's why they're so popular. So this can definitely hang in there. So we've got the Mono Suppressor, Tempest Marksman Barrel, of course, for the best recoil control, VLK Optics, 60 round mags, Commando foregrip. Moving on into number 4, we've probably got the best Modern Warfare sniper class you can make in this game at the moment. So you do want to use the HDR. The HDR is the best possible sniper from Modern Warfare, and probably the best possible sniper in general in Warzone at the moment. So a good balance of a reasonable ADS, you've got good bullet velocity, and you get that one hit headshot potential out to any range. So overall, the HDR is going to be a solid class. So Mono Suppressor for the best bullet velocity and damage range. You also be sound suppressed as well. The HDR Pro Barrel is going to give you the best possible bullet velocity. Tac Laser for the better ADS time. Stalker Scout Stock, again for the better ADS time. You can go for some of the other stocks if you prefer, but I just prefer this build overall. And then the Focus Perk to make sure you've got that flinch resistance there, so you're not getting shot off target. A lot of the guns now actually deal a lot of flinch to sniper rifles, so definitely just keep that in mind, especially with the Vanguard guns in the game. Then we've got the Ram 7. Now, of course you could build this as a long range AR, but I've tried to build it more like a sniper support, and when Modern Warfare was kind of the main game, this was probably one of the best sniper support guns in the game, and it still is because it has a good TTK, and the movement's not too bad either. So you want to use the Mono Suppressor. You actually want to use the second barrel, which is the Eclipse Barrel. You can go for the Ranger if you really need the extra recoil control, but the Eclipse will give you the bullet velocity and damage range, and not too much extra recoil control, but you don't really need it, to be fair, if you can learn and master the recoil of this gun, but it doesn't con your ADS nearly as much. You could use the iron sights, use the Tac Laser for the better ADS time once again. The 50 round mags is an absolute must on this weapon, and then the Commando foregrip for the recoil stabilization. Next up, we have the Fennec as well as the Bruin, and the Bruin is probably one of the best LMGs in the game right now. It's very easy to use, and overall it's got a very consistent TTK, and it still can hang with some of the better Vanguard LMGs. So overall, definitely a solid gun. So you want to use the Mono Suppressor, you want to use the Summit Barrel for the best possible recoil control, Tac Laser for the faster ADS, VLK Optic, and Commando foregrip. You can build it with the 60 round mags if you really want to. Will help your overall movement, but it's going to make the recoil a lot worse on this gun. Then we're using it with the Fennec, which is the fastest killing SMG when it comes to Modern Warfare weapons in the entire game at the moment. Now, even having said that though, with the increased health on Rebirth as well as Caldera, you will be finding yourself reloading quite often, even with the 40 round drum mags, because the health and the damage per mag on this gun isn't great. So keep that in mind. So we're using the Deadfall Barrel to keep suppressed, 5mm laser for the better hip fire accuracy, no stock so we can move around a lot quicker, of course. Sleight of hand for the faster reloads, and then the 40 round drums so we can make up for obviously the fact that we're going to be burning through ammo really quickly. And number 2, we have the M4 with the AUG. Now when it comes to the AUG overall, I don't think it's like a super powerful SMG. And I wouldn't really recommend it too much if it wasn't for this specific video, but if you do want to try it in SMG, this is probably one that you'd need to try out and use. The overall build for me is just mainly building this for speed, because that is the main issue with this weapon. Even though it doesn't have one of the best ETKs either anymore, but overall it's quite a consistent weapon, doesn't matter where you land your shots, and that is why I still think it's a solid option. So 5mm laser, we don't really need to be suppressed with this gun, because let's be honest, everyone's using the recoil booster on their Vanguard SMGs. 30 round mag, so we were not conning the movement too much. Stipple grip tape for the better ADS time, sleight of hand for the faster reloads of course, and then the CQB comb so we can aim down sight a lot quicker. When it comes to the M4, then this gun is definitely a solid option overall when it comes to ARs in the game. So first of all, it is super low recoil and it's going to be very easy to control. Now, is it easier than the Vanguard guns? That's probably going to be down to you and personal preference, to be honest, but it's still a very competitive weapon. And I was actually working on a gameplay video for this gun before I came up with the idea for this video, so I'll probably have that out very soon as well. But we're using the mono suppressor, Grenadier barrel for the best possible recoil control, VLK optic, 60 round mags, and commando foregrip. We need to get used to using the VLK optic and things like that again, because it will be returning with Modern Warfare 2 as well as Warzone 2. And last but not least, at number 1, the best class in my opinion if you're choosing Modern Warfare guns has got to be the Grau as well as the MP5. Now first of all, the MP5 is the best Modern Warfare SMG hands down. It's probably the only 5 attachment SMG that's competitive with the Vanguard weapons. So if you have to try an SMG from either Cold War or Modern Warfare, then the MP5 from Modern Warfare is a solid option anyway. So overall, we want to use the monolithic integral suppressor to stay suppressed. But also we're using the 5mm laser for the better hipfire accuracy, collapsible stock for the better movement speeds, stipple grip tape instead of the underbarrel grip, because let's be honest, the movement on the Modern Warfare guns is not the best compared to what we get with Vanguard at the moment. So we're using the stipple grip tape, and then the 45 round mags is going to be the best option for Warzone at the moment. Then we're using the Grau, which is probably the lowest recoil, easiest to use gun when it comes to Modern Warfare just overall, and it's definitely a solid option at the moment. TTKs are relatively consistent and is very easy to use. You can build it many different ways, but we're mainly using it for long range here. So we're using the mono suppressor, we're using the Archangel barrel for the best possible recoil control, and it's going to give us the best possible bullet velocity. We're using the VLK optic, and then the 60 round mags and the commando foregrip. If you enjoyed this video and you're excited for Modern Warfare 2, don't forget to leave us a like, also subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching.